I'm happy to welcome in today New York Boulders right-handed relief pitcher Luke Burton. Luke, thank you so much for taking some time out to speak with me today.
Of course, anytime. Welcome to chat up anytime.
Hey, Luke, it said right now in preparation, the 2021 training camp here. It said the season, as we just talked before we came on the air, is just a little over a week away. Wanted to ask you how everything is proceeding, said so far.
It's going along pretty well. We're about a week into camp. The first 2 days were a grind, getting back into baseball shape. I think there's always a big difference between being in shape and then being in baseball shape. Standing out there, especially now it's getting hot out. You got to get used to being in cleats all day long. I think that all plays a factor. And then once you get your legs underneath you, the rest is just we're out there having fun, being little kids, playing the kids' games, just trying to have a good time.
And when you look at this roster, it said, with the pitching staff and then, of course, the rest of the with the infield, the outfielders, I know it's only a couple of days in, but just what your sense is of this team and, what the expectations as well, for this season, Luke.
Oh, I think this just off of looking at practice and the guys we have from all the way from our catchers to our less guys in the bullpen. I think everybody is here accomplished to ready to do their job. And I really think that we have a pretty good squad in front of us. I think that we'll definitely have potential to lead the league in some categories. And I think that if we all do our job, we should no reason why we shouldn't be up top at the end of the day.
Of course, a new manager with TJ Stanton. I wanted to ask you, so far, like, said in dealing with TJ, just what it said you've noticed so far. And, again, TJ brings, a wealth of experience as far as managing. He was in the Can-Am League, for a long time with Three Rivers. Just wanted to ask you about that as well, Luke.
Yeah, it's actually so TJ, I had a great interaction with him before I even started here at Rockland. Just off of phone calls, I could tell that he's a great manager and he likes to be involved. And most importantly, too, what I realized during camp, he actually reaches out to whether you're a pitcher or position player, and he asks questions like, what do you think about a certain pitch, or how do you throw? Like, for instance, he asked me, how do I throw my curveball? What are my certain cues? Do I think like stiff wrist? So I think as a manager, especially like an independent ball with a lot of young guys, that's really important to get that connection. And so it's not just like always so tense, like there's a good balance between coach and like someone trying to help out. But I think TJ, I'm excited to play for him. I really do think he's going to be a great job.
Yeah, well, before even the home opener, regular season opener next Thursday at Palisades Park against the New Jersey Jackals, you guys have an exhibition game coming up this Saturday, May 22nd against NYPD. I'm sure, for you guys, for the rest of the team, it's good. This is going to be great, to go out there, play against, other players as well, and just, to get some, game experience under your belt, Luke.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's like a little tune-up game. We've been basically practicing and playing games within ourselves. So I think definitely this game will give us the chance and some of the guys to bring more of a competitiveness out. Even though it's against the NYPD, it's actually pretty special to me because I'm from New York City, the city itself.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of family friends in the NYPD. So definitely playing and will be something special just to give back and just have a good time and enjoy the game.
I know you had fans in the stands last summer with the All-American Baseball Challenge, but this year is going to be much different. I'm sure that there are going to be a significant number of more fans in the stands. I'm sure for you guys that is big, especially, with the home games there at Palisades Park, Luke.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, I was fortunate enough to play in 2019. I was with the Boulders for probably about maybe like a 2-3 week stint. And just those 3 weeks alone, the fans there are unbelievable. Rockland, I think, out of all the teams, has the best environment. The stadium is beautiful, and the fans, the way they interact with the players, it's pretty high level energy out there. No matter if it's the first or last inning, and it's going to be a good time no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to is the management as well. The front office is just absolutely tremendous there. Can you just talk about having that support, that backing, said from management as well, Luke?
Yeah, of course. So I know management does a really good job. Like I said, as well as TJ does it, I know they communicate with the players really well throughout the clubhouse, whether it's just attending meetings or just little information that they have to give out to us. But on the baseball end, they're always looking to help. contact people, always have our backs. Anything we need, even if it's a gear, like this past camp. I know a lot of guys were down on gear. They reached out, gave us all extra gear that we needed. So I think the management really wants us to do better and put us in a better place to succeed.
I mean, time was zipping by so quickly. I'm like, there's always that high anticipation of that, that first game of the season. You guys are playing the New Jersey Jackals, and going back to the Can-Am League days, the battles between the Boulders and Jackals is definitely famous. I mean, can you just talk about what just that environment, how electric it's going to be there next Thursday night?
Yeah. So it seems like they've been our rivals for like the past 2 years. I mean, well, maybe longer than that.
Yeah.
But always when we play them, it just feels it has that playoff environment and atmosphere. We played them in a scrimmage game 2 days ago, and it was a really close ball game, back to back. Ended up in the 9th inning tie game. I mean, if it wasn't a spring training game, we would have went to extras. But even the spring training game, everybody was going, attitudes were high, the guys were energized. So I can't wait to get that in a regular season game and in that environment. It's going to be pretty pumped up to do that.
I was looking at the schedule, Luke, is that the first, I think, 5 out of 9 games, I think, are at Palisades Park. I mean, just getting off to that good start at home. And, I think that's really critical, said in this early part of the season. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, of course. So I believe now with the whole Canada teams, a couple teams, 2 teams got scratched. So I know one team is on the road doing like a road warrior thing. So I think the most important thing for us is that we have the capability to play in our own stadium under these conditions. We're lucky enough to have that. And especially with a stadium like Rockland, I mean, who doesn't want to play there? Every day I get to be there. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be in that environment. And I think with our team, we get off to a good start with our fans. I mean, anything is possible.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I mean, covering the team for a long time, Palisades Park. I mean, talking about one of the nicest ballparks, said around the area. I mean, to play in front of, in a stadium that can probably hold 5,000-6,000 fans easily. I mean, what is that? I'm not sure, again, what the restrictions will be due to, COVID-19. But I mean, can you just talk about, again, you pitched there, when they were the Rockland Boulders, and then, of course, the All-American Baseball Challenge, but just, again, playing there at the stadium.
So, yeah, the stadium, hands down, I even played there in my college days. I went to Molloy College. They play St. Thomas Aquinas, which is in our conference. So I've been familiar with Palisades Park for about maybe in my past 5 or 6 years. So I've always felt comfortable there. I mean, I know a lot of guys say that the mound feels great. I know it feels close to the plate. It has like a really tight feeling, which is great if you're a pitcher. You like to feel like you're pretty close to the plate. And then just the overall field itself, the stands, everything is pretty compact. So when it gets loud in there, the place gets jumping. And I can only imagine when it gets to a high stake moment.
No, definitely.
So I think that will be pretty good.
Looking at the, because there are a couple of divisions, Can-Am League, Atlantic Division. You got Tri-City there, Tri-City Valley Cats, and then the Jackals. And then in the Can-Am League, Northeast Division, you got the Miners, you got Washington Wild Things. Can you talk about, I mean, you're going to be facing the Miners as well, and then a couple of these other teams. And you talked about the Quebec team. And there's also a game against the Israeli national team in July. So there's a lot going on this season. But playing some of these other teams, I mean, getting to travel a little bit as well. I'm sure you're looking forward to that as well, Luke.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely looking forward to travel. Anytime you get an opportunity to go to a different state and just go through that whole process of going to another team's field, and just being around their environment as opposed to being around your own home stadium environment, and you can see the differences. And definitely it goes on behind the scenes at different stadiums. But I would say for the most part, I know a lot of teams have nice fields. So I'll definitely be looking forward to getting out there and enjoying the nice fields. Because like I said, I'm from New York City, so I don't really have that many baseball fields around me. So anytime I get to a nice baseball field, I love it.
I didn't want to skip over it. This is the debut of the New York Boulders in the Frontier League. This is a big step, affiliated with Major League Baseball. I have to ask you how special it is to be a part of that, Luke.
Oh my God, I'm thankful for it every day. That I'm fortunate. Not a lot of people get to go on to after maybe even college ball to go on to play at the next level. I mean, independent ball is a great experience to get you where you need to be and get you on to the next level. And I mean, every day just got to be thankful for, just get better every day. Don't be humble and play this game the right way and respect the game. And I think the game will reward you the right way.
Yeah, I think the competition, not to any way diminish what the Can-Am League was, but I think here in the Frontier League, the competition, the talent level is going to be significantly higher, Luke.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely looking around the locker room, it's like kind of hard not to get intimidated. You got a lot of a lot of ex-affiliated guys, some AAA, some AA. So you definitely got to keep that blinder on and just stay focused. But I think the competition itself, based off the guys on my team, I think these guys are straight bowlers. They could we got some straight dogs.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to go back to the All-American Baseball Challenge last summer because at least you got to pitch, you got to play baseball. Because under I said those conditions or the circumstances with the COVID-19 pandemic, and you were able to have put out some pretty good stats, solid stats last summer. I think playing for the New York Brave. Can you just talk about how important that was, and then even just during this stretch, like preparing for the 2021 season, what you did the past several months as well, Luke?
Yeah, that the League, the American Legion, was great to do because a lot of guys really didn't get the opportunity to play and get those innings underneath their belt. So now when it comes time towards this year, it's kind of like the guys who did play in that league are already kind of a step ahead. So we have the extra innings. We have a little bit more of more seasoned, I guess you could say. At least I hope. But I really do think that was important to get my feet wet, work on a couple things, and definitely take advantage of it because not a lot of people were lucky enough to play. Yeah. And thankfully, Rockland put us in a great situation for that.
Yeah. Besides the team workouts, I'm wondering individually, and then as a pitcher, that some of the mechanics, some of the things that you work on personally as far as your training, because there's so much that goes into it, Luke. Can you just talk about that? What that takes to prepare for a season?
Yeah, of course. Earlier today, we had earlier practice, and I drove right back here where I work out at a baseball facility. We actually just opened. It's pretty brand new, and I had the opportunity to help build it, put it up. So it's definitely something special to have something in my own backyard where I could go get, like you were saying, my individual work, which I think as a pitcher is extremely important because there's really not so much you could do as a sport in baseball. Yeah, it's a team sport, but a lot of times you have to kind of go out on your own, get your own work. You got to get your lifts in. I'm a big opponent of lifting. I think working out and lifting weights is great. I think any young athlete should definitely get in the gym and take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. And definitely just staying mobile. If you have the opportunity to work with a strength coach, there's thousands of great coaches out there that you could do mobile lessons with. And anytime I get the opportunity to lift or work out in, I definitely try to do it because at the end of the day, we got to get better every day and can't get complacent. Just strive to get better every day.
And another thing I wanted to touch on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Another topic is also with your.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, with your catchers as well, because developing that relationship as well. Of course, during the course of a season, but I think even before you get, the first game takes place, the regular season, just getting, that down pat as well. Can you just talk about that as well? Just elaborate on that, Luke?
Yes. So we have three catchers. All catchers are phenomenal, great catchers, outstanding people. One of them is Phil Capra. I actually played with him over this past summer with the American the league, and just vibing off with him, getting to know him, getting to know the two other guys, working on pitching, and just having a really good mindset with each other. We're out there. He's feeding off of my energy, and I'm feeding off of his energy. I gotta trust what he puts down, and he's got to trust me to put it wherever he wants. Yeah. So I think definitely getting to know each other right away and talking with our catchers and going over scouting reports and seeing what makes me comfortable on the mound and seeing what makes the catcher have faith in me on the bump as long as my team has my back as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just have a couple more. Can't thank you enough for the time, Luke. I wanted to ask you, making that transition, as you said, you pitched at Malloy College, from college to independent baseball. I wanted to ask you, just as far as that is concerned, the adjustment.
Yeah, definitely some adjustments had to be made. Being from Northeast, the college level definitely over here is competitive.
Yeah.
But anytime you get to go to an extra step, as even though it is an independent ball, I mean, there's guys that definitely can swing it. There's guys that have been from AAA to the bigs. So there's definitely if you don't have your A game, you know, it's dudes are going to be on you. So I think in college you could get away with that as not as much as you can now on the pro level. I think that every time you step on the field on the pro level, you need to act like someone's watching you. You need to carry yourself the right way, and you just need to go out there and kind of have a chip on your shoulder and prove everybody wrong. And I think college sometimes gets a little bit away from that, but on the pro level, I definitely do think that you got to be out there 100%, being just looking to kill, ready to attack.
I'm just wondering at Malloy College, because definitely I know your freshman year you did very well there. Like the experience you were able to take from Malloy College and apply it to, you know, playing, you know, say at that next level, playing for independent.
Yeah, 4 years at
How
Malloy.
important that was for you?
Yeah, it was extremely important because Malloy. I mean, I wasn't like the best pitcher I could be that I am now. It's my level, and I mean, I'm still not even close where I think I should be. I'm definitely getting where I want to be. But I think the 4 years at Malloy definitely was a humbling experience. It taught me different things, you know, on and off the field as well. Definitely can't go back and change it, but I think that going through the struggles there helped me as a person now. Deal with just the day-by-day aspect of baseball. You know, every day's a new day. Try not to carry one bad appearance into the next bad appearance.
Yeah.
And just start with a clean slate. And definitely just definitely stay humble. And like I said earlier, you know, you got to respect the game. I'm a big believer in if you have a clear mindset, anything is possible. The sky's the limit, you know?
Yeah. You know, something popped up into my head, Luke, is that on the off days you don't pitch. How important those days? How crucial are those days on the days that you don't pitch? And then, like, you know, I said, then of course your number is called. I just had to ask you about that.
Yeah, extremely important. I take the days I don't pitch, if not more serious than the days I actually do pitch, as crazy as that sounds, because you have to be ready at all times and prepare yourself. The days before I pitch, days before I know I'm pitching, I like to hit all my checkpoints. I like to watch my video, whether I throw a bullpen or not. I got to hit all my main stretches, whether it's a lifting part I have to take care of or something to do with mobility. But any chance I get to come in and lift weights or be on the field, even when I'm not throwing, you know, you got to take advantage of it and just get better every single day. You can't get complacent in this game.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, you were a big star at Christ the King. I don't want to forget about that, about your high school days as well. I know.
Yeah, high school ball was great.
I had to ask you about that, Luke.
Yeah, I was actually so fortunate. I wasn't going to go to Christ the King at first. I was going to go to the rival high school a town over called Holy Cross. But I was fortunate. My older brother went there, and I knew the coach there, so I knew there was a decent program. And just straight off the jump as a freshman, I got the chance to play varsity. And I've only been pitching for like 4.5 years now. I'm not really a true pitcher yet.
Okay.
So I was a catcher. So at Christ the King, I was focusing on catching. A lot of great guys around me, and then my pitching coach now that I've trained with, he was my high school coach. Okay. So he's been my same trainer for probably about like 8 or 9 years. His name is Greg Modica. He actually pitched in the summer. This summer, he did an article about him. He was an older guy, but having him definitely in my corner helps because he was a big league guy back in the day, and having him in my corner coaching me on and off the field, no matter what, win or lose, is definitely something important that I took from those years at Christ the King.
Must be neat, Luke, that you have that perspective of a catcher, and now, of course, you're pitching, so you know what both, you know, worlds entail. So, like, you know, for you, it must be incredible.
Yeah, I definitely try to take it from a different standpoint and try to make it like I'm still catching, even though I'm pitching still, if that makes any sense, you know. I try to think, you know, what the hitter's thinking. Basically, just still have that catcher's mindset. Like, I know what it feels to be back there when the pitcher's struggling. I know what it feels to be back there when the pitcher's on point. Yeah. You know, but definitely it definitely plays a part when on the mental aspect of it.
Yeah, I think people fail to realize, you know, it's a physical sport, but it's also mental as well. I mean, if you're not, you know, mentally sharp up here, you know, then, you know, I said, you're almost losing half the battle there, Luke.
Exactly. I've known so many guys, man. I mean, including myself, we're all victims of it. We got all the talent in the world, but you know, we can't put it together here. So then, what good are we? You know, And I think that if you put it together upstairs, no matter, even on your worst days, if you're clear mentally, hey, I don't think anything will stop me, because as long as I'm right up upstairs and telling myself that it's going to be all right and just get better every day, there's nothing that should bother you. You just got to move on.
Tell me, when you're up there, you're on the mound, it said, and you're facing, it said, that batter. I'm wondering what that moment is like, it said, when, you come into pitch and just, you even go through your warm-ups and then, you're ready to, it said, do battle. What that is, what that, describe how surreal that experience is.
It's awesome. So I know a lot of guys are like big in-game adrenaline guys. That's kind of what I am. I'll speak for myself.
Yeah.
But once I step on the mound, man, I kind of get like some blinders, like horse blinders, just tunnel vision. And sometimes it's just, all I see is the catcher, the batter, and the umpire. And you really just gotta lock in and be razor focused, block out the noise. And really, when it's time to step on the mound, it's just you and the catcher, and it's game time. You got to be ready to attack. I like to definitely keep my foot on the gas pedal at all times. I don't believe in playing down to anyone. I always believe in just going at you as hard as I can, 100%. And I'm going to give you the best I got. And if you beat me, then I'll tip my cap. But if not, I'm going to try to get you out every time as much as possible.
Yeah. I'm wondering, I know this might be sort of hard to answer. What makes the game of baseball so special to play? And just growing up, yeah, go ahead.
I would say the game of baseball makes it special. As you mean, as like to me, or as in general?
Yeah, to you personally. Yeah.
To me, I would definitely say it has a lot to do with. I would say my appearance, because I'm not that big of a guy, especially as a pitcher. You see like 6'6", 6'1", 6'2" guys. I'm only 5'9" on a good day, I like to think. So, it definitely humbles me. And a lot of people, when you're walking down the street, you look at me, you can't tell I'm a baseball player. You don't know if I throw hard. Like, it's hard to be that little guy. But like I said, at the end of the day, man, I just really try to think that I'm the biggest guy out there on the field. And there's no one going to stop me. I'm going to run through a brick wall no matter what.
It's great. Hey, growing up, I'm wondering, as far as what sports you played, and then when you truly knew, look, baseball is my passion. This is something I can be good at for years to come, Luke.
Growing up, I played a little bit of football, but not real organized football, just like tackle football in the street with my friends, just roughhousing, going to the park as a kid. Definitely involved in a lot of just being out as a kid in the street, running around. I was a big opponent of playing basketball when I was little in the park. I was always pretty decent at that. But baseball, I think baseball got pretty serious for me when I got to, I would say, my sophomore year in high school. I really realized that, this is a game that I love. This is a game that I want to do. And I believe that if I stick to it, that this should be able to definitely pursue my dream in baseball.
Wonderful. Hey, I was looking at your notes from Malloy College, and I had to point these out, Luke. Fluent in American Sign Language, favorite movies, The Sandlot, and you enjoy watching the New York Yankees. That is fantastic. To have, especially, it said that skill, it said, being fluent in American Sign Language.
Yeah, so I took that. They offered it in Christ the King my freshman year, and I was kind of on the fence about it, because they offered Spanish. It was either Spanish, Italian, or sign language. Mm-hmm. So I'm half Spanish and half Italian. So I kind of already know the languages. So I kind of wanted to step outside of my comfort zone and take up sign language. And it happened to be that I caught on to it pretty simple, and it stood with me. And still to this day, I'm still pretty active with it. So anytime I get a chance to come across someone that knows the language, it's definitely a great opportunity to talk it out with them.
Yeah. Final two is, don't want to forget support from your family, from your parents. You said you have your brother. Can you just and then the fact is, when you're going to put on that New York Boulders jersey, come, Saturday night, but then of course next Thursday, but just as far as the support from them and what they've meant to you along this journey.
Oh yeah, they've definitely brother and both parents have always definitely been there since day one. Even since I was a little kid, I always had the opportunity to play up. My brother is 4 years older than me, so I always had the opportunity to play on his team. So I was always around the older kids. Being around him always kind of like made me want to be better, And no matter what I want from if it's a new glove, pair of cleats, I'll know my dad will always dish it out for me because he knows this is what I love and this is what I want to do.
A final question is what your message is for athletes, high school, college, that want to go on, play in the Frontier League, for the New York Boulders one day, aspire to be Luke Burton one day. I'm wondering what your message is for them.
Definitely, for sure. My number one thing is don't quit, no matter how hard it gets, because it's definitely not easy. I believe that everyone's journey is different, and as long as if you stick to your course and you truly know who you are on the inside, I think that once you really tell yourself that, you'll be able to stop anything in your course. And just whoever the naysayers, the doubters out there, just play with a chip on your shoulder and go out there and look to prove people wrong.
Sounds good. Okay, Luke, the floor is yours. If there's anything I've left off the table, you're more than free to add.
I'm good. That pretty much covers it up. I'm good. That was really the first time I've had like a Zoom interview, so it's kind of new to me. I was a little nervous.
Thank you so much, Luke. And wishing you all the best, not only, of course, for the rest of training camp, but also, this Saturday, again, in the exhibition game versus NYPD Blue on Saturday, May 22nd. And, of course, the regular season, the home opener, New York Boulders versus the New Jersey Jackals at Palisades Park, Thursday, May 27th. Thank you, Luke.
Thank you. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the time, and hopefully we get to chat up again. Go Boulders.